So here we are at the Blackbird E-Zine website. I'm going to click on New to Blackboard. Blackbird. Blackboard. So here we have this easy to use structure. All pages in Blackbird have 6 buttons across the top. 3 lead to the current issues, basic genres, poetry, fiction, and nonfiction. 1 leads to gallery, whose innovative contents cross genres and vary from issue to issue. Another leads to the current issues, features primarily audio and video content added twice each month. And the last leads to browse, a page that offers various ways to read, view, and listen to Blackbird. So let's click on poetry. And we see all of these different poets that have submitted their work. Looking through, a few of them have more than 1 poem up on here. So here we have a poem submitted by Meg McKeon. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name. Here we have contributors notes. This is a little bit about Meg McKeon and her poetry. I think that's pretty interesting. I think that's a pretty good decision. And here's her picture. She seems happy. Clicking on fiction now. I clicked on floating bodies, and I'm not sure I agree with the way it has been formatted. You can see that there are large chunks of paragraphs and very little use of white space. Coming at it from a reader's standpoint, I don't agree with it. I think it should be broken up a little bit better because you have just these giant chunks on one side and then just complete white space on the right side, and it's not easily readable. Here we are at nonfiction. There aren't a lot of names here, so let's just click on one. A Different Sun by Elaine Neal Orr. This seems to be a review. I guess it's interesting. I didn't know that there were going to be reviews on here. Normally when I think of nonfiction, I think that someone's going to publish, original work, not a review. At least with this layout, we have some breaking of the text with some pictures. So kudos to the writer for that. But once again, we have large chunks of words in an interesting font that I wouldn't necessarily use for this kind of an e-zine, but that's up to the editors. And speaking of editing, this is the editorial staff. This picture is interesting. As you can see, there's tons of contributors to this page. We have a variety from student interns to MA graduate assistants to the VCU Department of English. So we have quite a variety. And here we have more information on the editors themselves. I think that's good. That's good information that we need to know, especially if I'm someone interested in publishing my stuff through them. We have volunteers, which is always good. So let's say you want to submit your online writing to Blackbird. So they have submission guidelines here. They prefer that submissions go through the website. Blackbird is published twice a year. Their reading period is from November 1st to April 15th. For poetry, you can send up to 6 poems at a time, single-spaced. Fiction, double-spaced. They look for primarily short stories, but novel excerpts are okay. Nonfiction, double-spaced. They look for personal essays with nonfiction, but memoir excerpts are acceptable. And for gallery, we didn't get to look at this today, but plays are accepted. Visual work is okay, but it's normally accompanied with some kind of writing. General guidelines, very self-explanatory. Blackbird does not accept previously published work, as we mentioned before with Sarah. So based on this analysis, I have to say that this website, this E-Zine, isn't exactly the best. I personally would not submit to this website just because of the way it looks, the font used. It's not my cup of tea. But if you are interested, feel free to go to their website and check it out.